What kind of program is this?
It's you. I'd know you anywhere.
Don't be frightened. We mean no harm.
The fun and the festivities have just started, so gather the family around.
The dancing is going on. The celebrating in the streets.
Well, it's not my thing, but I'm sure youngsters everywhere will be delighted.
Rated E for everyone.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to NSS. This is the Reynolds Report. 1 month after her impassioned Golden Globes speech that had fans speculating whether she would run for president, Oprah Winfrey has made it clear that being the commander-in-chief is not in her future. During a special live taping of her podcast, Winfrey was chatting with Lin-Manuel Miranda when she confirmed for the first time that she has no plans of running for office. After Miranda stated that he's not going into politics, Winfrey replied, "I'm not either." Yesterday on television, Kelsey Grammer talked about John Mahoney's passing. John played Kelsey's father on the sitcom Frasier.
What are your memories of him?
Well, it's funny. Somebody asked me to make a statement, for Twitter, and I don't really Twitter. I don't tweet necessarily, but I do have somebody that'll do a tweet for me once in a while. So I just had them say he was my father, and I loved him. Aww. John actually played my father longer than I knew my own father. So he was more like my dad than my father. So it was an interesting thing. I had the same relationship with David Hyde Pierce as my brother, because I didn't really have a brother either. And so it was an interesting thing that we got to explore what it might have been like to have those relationships.
Sure. Beautiful. Yeah.
I miss it.
A reboot of Magnum PI could be coming to CBS. A pilot episode is being written. The original series ran from 1980 through 1988 and starred Tom Selleck as the laid-back former Navy SEAL as he runs a PI firm out of the guest house of a gorgeous Hawaiian beachfront estate owned by the reclusive author Robin Masters.
It's time for Things Kids Learn from Cartoons.
I'm disappointed.
Oh, look, I'm really sorry. He's just not into you, I guess.
Well, I meant I'm disappointed in myself. If you like someone, you're supposed to help them find happiness, not ruin their chances.
That's it for Things Kids Learn from Cartoons.
Donald Trump wants to stage a military parade in D.C. Then he wants to officially make D.C. stand for Donald and Company. After decades of bitter fighting, North Korea and South Korea marched together in the Winter Olympics. Even more unbelievable, yesterday Melania Trump went to Ohio with her husband. White House Press Secretary Rob Porter resigned yesterday amid abuse allegations. Was it sexual abuse or regular abuse? Because as we all know, the White House has zero tolerance for regular abuse. Fortunately, no one was hurt on yet another high-speed Amtrak train in Maryland this time that suddenly uncoupled. Investigators want to know if it accidentally uncoupled or consciously uncoupled. That flat earther in California tried to launch himself in a homemade rocket, but it failed to ignite. Come on, dude. It ain't rocket science. No, wait, I guess it is. Mr. Rogers is getting his own stamp. You need to explain to millennials who Mr. Rogers is. Then you have to explain what stamps are. The creators of Game of Thrones have been chosen to create the next Star Wars trilogy. In their version, Chewbacca will be able to fly and spit fire. Paris, France was hit with its largest snowfall in decades. First responders were busy all day rescuing people who got stuck after French kissing a light pole. A Southwest Airlines plane slid sideways trying to take off in Baltimore. As a result, the airline has issued a strict new policy that requires the plane to be safely in the air before co-pilots can tell pilots any jokes. Harley-Davidson is recalling 175,000 bikes due to brake failure. Ooh, that reminds me, I gotta warn Grandma. Time for Nobody Gives a F***. In San Diego, a Girl Scout is in trouble for selling cookies outside a legal weed dispensary. However, the young lady's not worried because she's now worth $200 million. Hey, cookie police, nobody gives a f***. Best Buy and Target are planning to stop selling CDs in their stores, to which I say, Best Buy and Target are still selling CDs? Hey, regressive superstores, nobody gives a Thanks, everybody. We have a new episode of the Reynolds Report for you every weekday. Frank D'Angelo and his kick-ass 15-piece band in concert at the Lincoln Alexander Theater in Hamilton, Saturday, February 24th. For ticket information, please go to frankdangelo.ca.